り、ドクター。
This video will focus on the specific class, Vanguards. Being the fourth video in a series dedicated to helping new doctors immerse themselves in Arknights, I'll be discussing the general use for Vanguards and highlighting some outstanding operators in the Vanguard class. Vanguards excel early game and serve as your openers. They're used to generate deployment points quickly so you can place down the rest of your squad. What makes a good Vanguard is their ability to hold their own or to generate deployment points quickly. One thing to note on the Vanguard class is that potentials matter. Because potentials can decrease the cost of Vanguards, you can start out the stage smoother by generating DP earlier in the game. Skill recovery Vanguards are what the name implies. They generate deployment points with their skills. Skill 1 will usually be an instant burst of deployment points, while Skill 2 will specialize them into a certain niche. Take for example, Scavenger and Courier. These two Vanguards are the best for new doctors, and are essentially counterparts of each other. Looking at their skill 2s, you can easily see while Scavenger is offensive oriented, Courier is her defensive counterpart. Skill 1 will always be more efficient in terms of generating DP than skill 2. This doesn't mean you should overlook the value of skill 2, because operators such as Siege or Texas can still have use for their second skill outside of generating deployment points. If you're in a situation that's tight on DP though, I would recommend maybe switching your skill recovery Vanguards to skill 1. DP on kill Vanguards generate 1 DP by killing things. What's also special about these operators is that they refund the original cost of their deployment points whenever you retreat them. These operators specialize in killing early trash mobs such as slugs or dogs for DP. If you're struggling in a stage because of a rush with the little deployment points, using these operators may save you. The skills of these Vanguards don't generate DP, and so you must rely on them killing things to generate deployment points. These operators can also only block one enemy, so you might need to help them block more enemies with more Vanguards or defenders. Generally, the skills of this archetype help them kill enemies faster with attack speed or attack buffs to generate DP faster. Flag Bearer Vanguards, also called Utility Vanguards, have only one block and do not block enemies whenever you activate their skill. With skill 1, their purpose is to generate a buttload of deployment points in a short amount of time. The first skill provides the most efficient way to generate DP per second in the entire game. Skill 2 provides some utility as well as DP generation depending on the Vanguard. An important thing to note is that these types of Vanguards cannot hold the line on their own. You should not be using them to kill mobs early in a stage. They are purely made for supporting and accelerating your openers. Pairing them with a skill recovery Vanguard or a DP on kill Vanguard would be the best option for starting out on a stage. Siege is the queen of the skill recovery Vanguard archetype. What makes her amazing is the fact that she can hold her own against quite tough enemies, slamming them with a burst of damage using skill 2. Her talents provide an extra boost to attack and defense to all Vanguards and increases her bloodlust. Killing enemies provides more skill points to her to give you more DP. Her skill 3, although quite rarely used, slams the enemy with her hammer so hard it has a chance to stun them, doing massive damage. Although it doesn't give you any DP, she can be used as a pseudo guard with her third skill. Bagpipe is the spotlight of many Doctor squads, and for very good reason. This DP on kill Vanguard has talents that give her a chance to do a critical hit, and give every Vanguard 6 more initial skill points when deployed. This may not seem like much, but when paired with Myrtle or Elysium, you'll be printing out DP like a factory. Skill 2 provides consistent DPS against normal enemies, but her third skill is where she truly shines. When it's at maximum mastery, her third skill increases her attack interval to 1.7 seconds, gives a hefty boost to her attack and defense, increases her block count to 2, and makes her attacks hit 3 times. Remember her talent giving her a chance at a critical hit? By making her attacks hit thrice, you increase the chance of this critical hit happening. Her third skill practically nukes anything out of existence, with one of the highest physical single target DPSs in the game. Saga is a universal operator that can provide a very unique talent. She can't kill enemies, instead lowering them down to 1 health. After she does this, they have reduced movement speed and cannot be blocked for 10 seconds. Dying after effect is over. If the enemy is killed during this critically wounded effect, the operator that kills them will gain 2 SP, allowing you to SP battery your own operators. Her second talent gives her physical dodge and regenerates some HP once she falls below a certain percentage of HP, granting her more survivability. Saga's second skill, on activation, immediately grants some DP and deals damage in a cross, killing enemies with her critically wounded effect. This skill is somewhat spammable, making it a reliable source for consistent damage and DP. Her third skill generates DP while increasing her attack, range, and attack interval while the skill is active. She will also deal 2 hits to enemies that are under half HP. Overall, what makes Saga shine is her utility SP battery talent that is foreseen to have many applications. Myrtle is an easily acquirable 4-star flagbearer Vanguard. Her talent at Elite 2 provides regeneration to all Vanguards at 28 HP per second at Pot 5. This talent gives massive survivability to all Vanguards on the field. Because she is a 4-star, it's easy to get duplicates of her, increasing her potential. Her skill 2 gives some nice healing and generates DP. Elysium is another flagbearer Vanguard. His skill 1 is more efficient than Myrtle, but his talents don't provide sustain like Myrtle. Instead, he buffs snipers by giving them less deployment costs and increasing their attack speed while his skill is active. His second skill decreases the movement speed and defense of enemies, pairing well with snipers as they attack faster while he debuffs the enemy. Vanguards are the main way to start out a battle. With a mixture of these archetypes, your openers should be more secure and you'll be able to set up your squad in less time. That's pretty much it for this class introduction. I'm only touching the basics on how to use Vanguards. There are more intricate ways to use them, but you'll have to judge the situations on an individual basis. This concludes the 4th video in the 14-part series, so if you really enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe so, I can create more content and, it'll really help my channel. Please, I am a poor Arknights player. Please.